Good day, everyone, depending on where you are watching me from. I am going to show you how I make my coconut rice with a twist. I call it that twist because of the veggies I'm gonna use. First of all, I peel my coconut and I grate it and put it inside blender too, so that I'll get the best of juice. And I marinate my meat, use spicing it and keeping it aside, not cooking it yet, just while I parboil my rice. See, you can see I added curry, thyme, spice, like grinded nutmeg, grinded ginger and white onions. I just marinate it with a little salt and kept it aside for with the ingredients to enter it, because I don't want to cook it for long. So now see where I kept it. We put it inside the freezer so that the ingredients will enter very well. Then I'll now go back to my rice after parboiling my rice, and now bring in my ginger, my fresh ginger, so that I'll use that one for the rice. Fresh ginger and garlic, tomatoes, shobe and pepper, and blend it together, mix them together and blend them. Then I'll bring out my chicken. I'm using chicken as my protein here now. I bring out my chicken and I'll put it in a side, steam it without any water, without adding any water, so that the ingredients will penetrate very well. As you can see, it here is heating. Gradually the heat is entering. With time I now add little water to cook it for a while. See, now I'm adding my water so that I will cook it before frying it. See where I'm cooking it now. While I'm cooking it, I already blended my tomatoes and keep aside. Then I'll wash my coconut. Remember that coconut that I blended is still not washed. I wash it and keep it aside. Now I want to fry my chicken first before moving on to the rice. See, now I'm frying my chicken so that the chicken we have, I don't know about you, you can cook it without frying it, but I love my chicken fried. So I'm frying it now. Then after frying the chicken, I will now go to my rice and wash it thoroughly and keep it aside so that the water will be well drained. And then I will squeeze my coconuts. If you do not have blender, you can use public blender to do it. I will squeeze my coconut, squeeze it very well with nets or anything that you, depending on what you have. You can use the sieve material that we use to sieve your pap to do it. Now in a different pot, I'll now put my onions. I love my onions, cutting it. I do not mice it, I cut it big because I want it before the onions to the rice to be done. I will still have small onions to eat. That's the way I love my own. Then I add my tomatoes mix together. You can see it here. I add small oil. If you can observe, the oil I use here is very little because of the coconut oil, because there will be enough oil in the coconut squeeze. Because of that, I will not add so much oil. I use small oil in frying my tomatoes. So now I add my spices like salt. I season it with salt, thyme, curry, white onions, depending on what you love. I already blended my ginger and garlic. As you can see, I've added my ginger and garlic even before adding my tomato mix. Then I mix it together. I now add my own spice. I love my seasoning to be little, so when I use all these spice, I love little seasoning, but it depends on your taste. You can add as many as you can, but remember, don't overuse your seasoning. Then I add small water and allow it to boil. Then I pour in my water first before pouring in my rice. You see, this is the white water I'm pouring in now is the coconut water, the water I got from that squeezed coconut. Then, as you can see, I'm now pouring in my rice because the water is a bit boiled, and I'm pouring in my rice. See the way the rice, that's why I allow it to drain. I add my bay leaf. That's the time I love to add my bay leaf when I'm cooking this kind of rice. Add my bay leaf now, and now I put everything together and mix it together. Cover it and allow it to cook. After stirring it together and making sure that everything is well mixed, I add in my crayfish. You know why? Because if you add your crayfish while you are frying your tomatoes, it makes the tomatoes dark. That's why I add my crayfish as almost the last thing. I pour in my fried chicken, as you already know, because I want the chicken to penetrate and the taste to absorb. The little water in it to still remain there. After pouring the chicken and stirring it, giving it a thorough stir, I'll cover it and allow it to steam a bit so that I'll get that fried dry steamed rice. I'll cover it and allow it to steam. After putting everything together, allow it to steam like 3 minutes or 5 minutes, depending on the heat of your cooker. As you can see, the thing is almost done. But there is something that I still wanted to add here. That's the twist I'm talking about here. The veggies. I want to add my carrots and green beans here and green pepper together. But this time I will off my cook cooker before on putting it together. As you can see, the rice is almost done. Now see my veggies well washed. I pour in the veggies and stir it, mix it together before now serving it. I still add the one that is not supposed to be cooked, this cucumber. If you don't want to use cucumber, you can still enjoy it without putting cucumber. And some that I love my veggies in my rice. So now I'm serving the rice. You can serve it with a chilled water or any juice of your choice, or even beverages. Enjoy. Please like, comment and share. We love you to share this our recipe. If you love this recipe, tell us what you love most about it.